Hey, good morning. We are thankful to have you on the show. What can we help you with? What's your question?
Okay, so first off, my name is Sierra Garland. I'm from Baltimore, Maryland, and I recently started a woman's luxury shoe business, right?
Okay.
So I started off with currently four designs, right? This is my latest one that I'm releasing this winter. I also have a handbag too, as well, right?
And they look great too. Everybody, if you're listening to the audio of this, check out the YouTube video. She's showing these
Listen, right?
designs.
So my issue is that I'm having is how do I find a placement, like a home for these? Currently, I am online based,
Okay.
and my shoes are priced starting at maybe 224 for this one here. And I go up to maybe 275 for my boot. I am currently made from Italy. That's where I'm housed at. That's where my shoes are manufactured from. They come in these beautiful boxes here.
Yeah, look at that. Dang.
Yeah, so that's just one for my handbag, and this is for the shoes. They're very amazing. However, I am trying to find a home from them. Like, I want to be able to place them in a store, maybe find a buyer. I do want to run online. I enjoy running online, but however, I want to have them in a store. Now, being as though I've only been in business for a year, July the 3rd of 2024 was my 1 year anniversary. So for me, I feel like I want to kind of put them in a store, and I don't know how exactly to do that, where to start.
Okay.
I have started by, I used Chat GPT to ask them how or what particular stores are open to, new entrepreneurs who are accepting new merchandise and things like that. So it gave me a list of 150 people. I emailed all of them.
Wow.
This was on December the 27th. I emailed 150 of them. So now I want to go back and call those people to say, hey, I sent you guys an email. But outside of that, no one has responded back to me with the emails I sent. I started on December the 22nd. I gave myself a week to send those emails out, but I haven't even gotten one back in regards to housing them. So my question is, how do I find buyers?
I am super impressed, and congrats on
Thank
your
you.
taking action and building the business. You said you're a year, and you
Yes.
built literally in retail. Shoes, I'm assuming, are extremely competitive. So well done. Like, taking action, getting your idea to life. It's amazing. Oh, I love you have the
I've
magazine.
done
Even
so many
better.
things. I've even done a book.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so you're a
These are my
hustler. You're out
business
there
cards.
grinding. Tell us about your revenue. How much have you sold of the shoes in the year?
So maybe I've done maybe about 10,000 in sales,
Okay.
which I don't know if that's great or not. So for me,
How many
I
shoes?
also,
How many pairs of shoes would that be?
I've done maybe about 20. I'm
Okay, so
selling
about
maybe
20
about,
clients. Yep.
maybe
Is the
about
200 and something dollar price range, is that high end? Is that considered high end? I just don't know
yes,
shoes. I figured it
yes,
was.
yes.
It's
It's
more than what I
considered a
pay for
lux.
shoes, but I don't know. My wife Megan, maybe she
Yes,
does
it's
that. I don't know.
considered like a woman's
Okay.
luxury shoe based off of the print and materials.
Yes.
Like, this is like zebra hair, guys.
Yeah.
Like, this is hair here, you know?
So let me ask you this then, Sarah. Why go to retail? Why do you want to go to retail? What's motivating that?
Well, because I want to be able to actually meet the people. Like, online, I can't connect with the people. I can't, tell them so much about the shoe. Now, I do
Well, why do you want to
Instagram.
do that? Like, why do you want to meet the people and connect
I
with
want
them?
to meet the people. I want to show my product. I want it to be in the storefront. I want people to be able to pick it up and pick their options. For example, like, online, I have several different styles. Like, let's say you're like, hey, Sierra, I'm not a heel girl, but I
Yeah.
have these, right? So in the store, you'll be able to try them on. For example, let's say you say, hey, Sierra, I like heels.
Yeah.
I want something a little bit more comfortable. I would want you to be able to have the experience of being able to touch them, feel them, and try them on. Vice versa, online, you don't get the option of it. And being
Yeah.
as though it's a price point, it's like when you spend your money, you want to make sure that you're spending for exactly what you want. So I felt like if I had them in a store, it will open me up to more customers, I would say, and also get people to feel it, touch it, and see the product, try it on, things of that nature.
Okay. So awesome question. And it's really about how do you drive, engagement, and how do you drive awareness and ultimately purchases. I can only answer it the way I would answer the questions here at Reminder Media, in us growing our business and the multiple businesses we've grown over the years. I think you are confusing and conflating two different desires, and that's a problem, and that's going to hurt you. So you have the desire of being the fashion designer and meeting the client and the love for your product and the proud, and this is amazing, right? Because you are truly an innovator, entrepreneur. So awesome, kudos to you. But then you're mixing that with the business, and you haven't proven out yet the business side. And the easiest way to prove that out is direct to consumer through e-commerce, and get feedback on the product and actually get sales. I think you are going to hurt yourself trying to go into retail. One, from the inventory standpoint and the money it's going to cost you to have the actual inventory in the stores. The only caveat I would make there is if you maybe find some local boutique stores that you can put it in just to test the feel, because it feels like a boutique item, but the margin is in direct to consumer. The business model can be, kind of run and developed in the sense of you run ads, you tell the story through ads, you drive the ads to your Shopify or whatever storefront you're using and see if you can sell them. Otherwise, you're in for a really hard road of pound the pavement, get it into retail, and you're next to God knows how many other shoes. I would rather you prove the concept out B2C, make some money, and then maybe go into the retail side. But I think your desire to be involved with the people and the fashion side of it and the feedback from the client and the proud of seeing your shoe in the store is distracting you from the business that's in front of you. You need to be asking yourself the question of, why are my shoes not selling online right now? Well, they're not selling online because I'm not getting in front of the right people with the right time. And so how do I reach the right people at the right time? And there's great platforms like Google and Facebook that
Instagram. You advertise on Instagram now?
Yes.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah.
Are you posting content? Because that's how you could fulfill that side of your business. Let me look up your Instagram. What's your Instagram handle?
I have Miss Sierra, MSCIERRA. That's my personal page. And then I have Society Shoes by Sierra. So I run them on both. Like most times I do then as though my personal page has more of a following. I will post more of my content on there. And then on Society Shoes by Sierra, I'll put more of my official campaigns, more things like that. Now, also another reason why I was considering going into a store is because I got invited to do New York Fashion Week. So I was figuring maybe if I did New York Fashion Week, I could, kind of have them in the store to be purchased as well, But I also understand what you're saying as far as like I should.
The Fashion Week, push the people to your online store. Yeah. You're going to be awesome on content.
Okay.
And you sharing your love for the product and each shoe and what style would fit with what outfit, and also for comfortability, like you sharing all that content.
Get ready with me and things like that, like dressing the shoes.
Yes, 100%. Yeah. Okay. And then you drive people. I'm just looking at your Instagram here now, and your designs are awesome, but I would just be doing a lot more from a content perspective.
So more posting.
Yeah, around what you're doing. And then your journey, like you as the designer, you being invited to this fashion week, you being here on Stay Paid, like more of you to get to know you, the designer, and then the style guiding and stuff like that. Also, I mean, I just think that you haven't tested the waters at all on e-commerce ads.
Okay.
Yeah. So
why not take the like Mary Kay almost approach to this? Like, because you can still meet people face to face, and you can still get people. So you don't even have to have a business front, but just like go get groups together to show your product and sell it to them in person. Instead of having the expense and overhead of leasing something and the risk that's there. Go prove your product. And then that's a super proven product. People are buying it right off the bat without you having to pitch them so hard. then you've got something good for maybe retail would be my thought. But I'm, take it with a grain of salt.
You're still at the entrepreneur phase where you're trying to prove product market fit.
Yes.
And the only way like to prove product market fit is through pounding the pavement. So it's not that what you're doing is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I think you getting the list of 150 and emailing them and then calling them and go door knocking, kudos all day long. You have the time to do it. Keep doing that. But where the business model is probably for you is in this B2C. Direct to consumer off of e-commerce. And so I just would encourage you that now maybe you don't have the money to test ads. That might be the issue for you is you don't have the money.
That's another thing. I have been trying to apply for grants. Maybe like in December, I maybe apply for maybe about 10 grants. And of course, I didn't get approved for any of those. So that's another thing I was trying to do in regards to trying to find grants and things of that nature to maybe help a little bit. But also the inventory head and things of that nature. I do understand what you're saying in regards to that, because it would be no point in me purchasing all of this inventory if I'm not able to sell it. Is that correct?
Yeah, the problem is when you go to retail is you have to have inventory. So who's going to buy that inventory? Well, the store's not buying it. They make you buy it and put it in their store. And so that costs money. And that cash flow is the killer of all businesses, is the poor management of cash flow. And so you're going to be in a cash flow crunch where what you've got to do is figure out a model where you can sell and get money in the door. And I'm assuming you probably have good margin on your product because it's a 220. Do you know what your margin is? Like your gross profit margin?
Not off a hand, no. I guess
so. You'll want to know that. So it's like how much you sell the shoe for versus the COGS of how much it costs you to create the shoe. So your gross profit is going to be your revenue minus your COGS,
your landed cost,
and then you'll have your expenses, type idea that you flow. But you at least need to know how much it costs you to make the shoe. Do you know how much it costs you to make it?
Oh, yes. I know how much it costs me to make the shoe. It depends on different designs, but yes, I do.
Okay. Because then that tells you your margin ultimately after, everything. And then that tells you what you can spend on marketing.
Gotcha.
Right. Because you don't want to be, like how much can you spend to acquire a shoe client on Instagram? That's the question, right? It's like, so if I sell it for $200 and it costs me $100 to make it, so I have $100 that I'm going to profit. So that $100, well, some of that's going to go to my rent for the business. Some of that's going to go to my electricity, my phones, my internet, right? And some of that's going to go to the marketing. Yes. And so that's the piece that you need to map out. That goes, okay, how do I get to a 20%, profit margin? Where I'm netting 20% after all COGS, all cost of goods, and all expenses are paid. I'm bringing home at least 20% in the business. And so that's where, from a marketing standpoint, when you go out and try to test, let's say, Instagram ads, you need to track how much did I spend to how many customers I got. Gotcha. And that's so if you spend $100, you get one customer, your cost of acquisition was $100.
Gotcha.
Right. So if you ever watch Shark Tank and they want to know your cost of acquisition, right? It's like that your cost of acquisition then tells you, do you have a model to where you can just spend $1 and make $2? I can spend $1 and make $2. And then what you're not even counting, which is even better, and this is the LTV, lifetime value. You might have Steven go buy a pair of shoes. You'd look pretty good in those shoes, Steven. No, you might have him go buy a pair of shoes for Lissa. And Lissa might love the shoes and they come back and reorder another pair. So now they were $200, but the average client orders 2 pairs over the course of their lifetime with you. So your average lifetime value is $400.
Gotcha.
That type idea. And so in the ratio you want in a healthy company is at least usually a 1-to-3 ratio of CAC to LTV. Obviously, the best businesses, are way more than that, but that means for every, it costs you, $1 to make to get the client, you make $3 from the client. Gotcha. So that ratio, like that's a minimum that you want to hit. Most people want to see this 1-to-4 ratio, but businesses, I think like Starbucks and stuff like that, they have like a 1-to-14 ratio
Yes.
type idea. So,
Wow.
you know, the better business is obviously you make more per client,
Yeah.
but you need at least like a 1 to 3 type ratio for a really, you know, a healthy business that can sustain.
Gotcha. I appreciate all of this information you
Yeah,
guys have.
you're amazing. The shoe designs truly are awesome. I'm going to have Megan check them out. But
Thank
they're
you so
awesome.
much.
I think your takeaways from this is get on content and your love for meeting the people and your passion for fashion. Whoa, look what I just did there, people. Hashtag passion for fashion. Your passion for fashion you do through your content of your social media. And then you need to start building the metrics of the ads to purchasing, the e-commerce side of your business, emails, right? And we didn't even talk about emails, but the email list that you need to start building from, you know, the people you meet, so you can send out promotions right before the holidays, so you can send out, you know, right before Mother's Day, tell all the people on your email list, get these shoes. So you got to build the email list. You got to start advertising on Instagram, Facebook, and start measuring your spend to your buying. What was that CAC? What was that cost of acquisition?
1 to 3%.
1 to 3 ratio is the minimum you're trying to look for.
That's correct.
Business.
Did I answer it correctly?
So no, well, what I'm saying is like you spend $1, you make 3. Think of it that way.
Gotcha.
So it's CAC. So cost. How much did it cost me to acquire a client? Versus LTV, what do I make off of this client? Now, LTV stands for lifetime value. The problem with lifetime value is you might find lifetime value over 10 years because a client might reorder from you in that time span. So it's like impossible to run the business totally off of LTV. So I usually tell people set your LTV at like 12 months, 24 months. It's not true LTV, but you know, in a situation economically, I get a client for $100 over the course of 24 months. My LTV, my lifetime value of 24 months is X. And I want that to see a 1 to 3 type ratio there or more.
Gotcha. Okay.
Love it.
Sierra.
You're amazing.
You.
I already followed you. But great stuff. And congrats.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you giving me all of this information. I'm going to definitely put it in place.
Let us know how Fashion Week goes.
Yep.
I will. Am I able to get back on here again?
Yeah, we'll have to bring you back and give us an update. So we want an update after Fashion Week, and we want to see what you took action on, because I can tell you're an action taker. You're a hustler. So I love it.
I'm trying. Thank you guys so much.
Yep. Have a great one. See ya.
Thank you, you too. Bye.